You are tuned into Be Bold Radio, breaking barriers over lives daily. This is the place for you to learn strategies and tools to turn your business, your dreams, and your goals into a reality. Thanks for tuning in to Be Bold Radio. This is your host, Dymeata B, and you're listening to episode number 112. Hello, guys. Thanks for tuning in today. Today, we're going to talk about questions you should ask yourself before becoming an entrepreneur. Yes, just moments ago, I went live on Instagram and I was talking and I noticed that my microphone broke. So if you guys are having some trouble, which I'm sure, or I'm hoping that you can still hear me, but I was a little distraught because I broke my microphone. But anyway, I'm getting on here today because, I get questions all the time and people ask me, well, how did you know you were created to be an entrepreneur? Well, many times, I knew for myself, I was created because I always go back to my story of when I was 9 years old and I always wanted a lemonade stand. I wanted to own my own lemonade stand and just sell lemonade. And it's so funny because I'm an entrepreneur and I have an online business that I run. And I hate doing fundraisers for my kids' dance, for their dance class. So it's funny, like you would think because I'm in sales that it will be easy for me to sell and to do fundraisers. But I don't really enjoy doing fundraisers. I know that's off the subject, but I don't enjoy it. And I'm being so 100. Like I don't enjoy selling like candy bars or, selling popcorn containers and different things like that. It's just not my cup of tea. It's nothing wrong with it. Some people are really good at, setting the stage and everything. But on the flip side, my kids have a business, so it kind of works for them. So they're raising their own money for dance, if that makes any sense. So, and plus I have so much on my plate. I really don't have time to keep up with, do you want popcorn? Do this one popcorn? When did the popcorn come in? All of those things. But anyway, that's so not on the subject. So we're going to talk about, do you really have it in you to be an entrepreneur? And these are just a few questions that I've learned and that I think that every person should ask themselves before becoming an entrepreneur. Because if you don't, if you ask these questions and, the answer is no, then you might just want to keep your day job. Seriously, there's nothing wrong with having your day job. There's nothing wrong with being an employee. Somebody has to work. But I also believe that there is room enough for everybody to be an entrepreneur. But every person is not cut out to be an entrepreneur. Okay? So the first question you should ask yourself, can I handle going without money? Like, can I handle not having a cash flow instantly? And for me, I knew I could. I didn't think I could, but I knew I could. My husband and I talked about it on my live video. When my husband started his business, it wasn't instant gratification. We didn't have an instant cash flow. He's in the finance industry, in the insurance industry. And he was working for an insurance company, and while he was commuting to work, he was working his business. And so, although he had a paycheck coming bi-weekly, he still had to work his business. And the reason why he kept his job is because he did not get the instant cash flow that he, anticipated. And that's okay. That's a natural thing for business. But if you are so locked into receiving a paycheck every 2 weeks and you're not willing to sacrifice, the scarcity for a moment until your business grows, then being an entrepreneur is not cut out for you. Seriously, it's not and I'm saying a full-time entrepreneur. I'm a full-time entrepreneur. I wake up, I have to make more money. If I don't make money, if I don't advertise, if I'm not plugging, if I'm not, producing products and selling my products, I don't make money. The same goes for my husband. But you have to have that stamina, if you will, to, go through that scarcity process. So if you're not willing to go without from time to time, then being an entrepreneur is not cut out for you. The second question you should ask yourself, am I being a student of my industry? And if you say no, then you probably need to just keep your day job, because you have to be a student in your industry. What is it that you sell? What is it that you're interested in selling? Or what product or service are you looking to launch? Whatever it is, you need to ask yourself, why you? Why now? You have to learn your industry. Okay? Learn your industry. If it's in the makeup industry, if you are a makeup artist, learn your industry. Study your industry. Study the art. Okay? Thirdly, if you or do you have the mental stamina? Do you have the endurance that it takes to run and operate a business? Because there will be many hard times, many difficult times, many forks in the road, many detours. And you have to have that endurance and that stamina to maintain and to continue to move on. I believe being an entrepreneur, you have to be creative. You have to think creatively. You may not make money in one way. Do you get what I'm saying? You may not make money with one product. So you have to think creatively. How can I enhance the product? How can I market the product better? What could I do differently because I didn't make sales this time? What is it that I can do differently? How can I sell differently? How can I produce differently? You have to be ready for those downtimes. But in those downtimes, those are your opportunities to be creative. I'll never forget. I remember when I first started Be Bold Cosmetics, and what I did was to bring awareness to Be Bold Cosmetics was I started selling nail polish. And it was, in my mind, it was only temporary, but I wanted to bring awareness to the lipstick. That was my strategy. Sell nail polish to bring awareness to the lipstick. I know it sounds crazy, but what I did was I went on social media and I took pictures of me. I boxed up, I ordered fingernail polish with my brand on there, and I boxed them up and I took them to various nail shops, and I, showed it and advertised it on social media that I was, putting these my nail polish line in these stores, in these shops. Well, it brought more awareness to my lipstick. Oh my gosh, she sells lipstick. Oh my God, these are nice shades. So I had to think creatively, how could I bring more awareness to my lipstick line? So that's what I did. So you have to be creative. You have to be creative, and you have to have the endurance, because one way will not always be the way, and it may not work all the time. So you have to try different ways, different strategies. So ask yourself, do you have the stamina and the endurance to maintain your business on those low days and on those high days? Lastly, do I want to just keep my free time? If you say yes, you just want to keep your free time, there are times when you work a day job, when you're off from your job, you're off. Whatever you do at that day job, you don't have to bring it home. Well, when you are an entrepreneur, when you are off, you're really not off. You don't have off days. Now, there are times you can set days and say, this is the time I'm going to set for my family. This is the time I'm going to set, with my husband or with my wife. But most times, like my husband and I, we don't really have off days. We try to stop working at certain times, but we don't have off days. And I'm just being so honest. So if you want to keep your free time, and if you're not willing to give up your free time, then reconsider being an entrepreneur, or reconsider staying and remaining an employee, it's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, everybody is not built to be an entrepreneur. There are people that have to be employees, and that's okay. But because I am an entrepreneur, I'm a little biased, and I believe that if you're cut out to be an entrepreneur, then you have to be willing to give up some of your time. You have to be willing to build your stamina, your mental stamina and endurance. You have to be a student of your industry. And you also have to be willing to go without. That's the thing. Until you blow up, until things get bigger and things expand for your business, there are times it's going to be scarcity. So reconsider, write those 4 tips down and reconsider and ask yourself, am I really fit to be an entrepreneur? Because not everybody is. And if you can answer those questions authentically, then you can avoid so much time wasted and you can be operating in what God wants you to operate in. Until next time, continue to believe, be original, and live your dreams. Join me Sunday, May the 19th at 3 o'clock p.m. for the Unleash Masterclass. Come be in an atmosphere to be inspired, to learn, and to be challenged, but also to network and to grow. Don't miss your opportunity to network with other women, like-minded women who are ready to unleash those jewels that have been locked up on the inside of them. No more playing it safe in 2019. Throughout my brand and business, my ultimate goal is to educate, empower, and inspire you to move from ordinary to extraordinary in every area of your life. And this is your opportunity to do that at the Unleash Masterclass. So join me Sunday, May the 19th at 3 p.m. You can purchase your early bird tickets today at www.justbebold.com. Again, that's www.justbebold.com. Are you a leader, entrepreneur, author, or speaker? Did you have a lifestyle change that you want to share with the world? Do you have some helpful health tips that could change our life? Well, be a guest on the Be Bold Radio Show. Email us at beboldradio@gmail.com. Again, that's beboldradio@gmail.com.